This book is very special to me. This is of course, the very first book that I've ever written, and it's the very first book that I know of that my daddy's ever read, and that means the world to me. I told somebody one time that I will write more books than my daddy's ever read, and so far he's making a lot out of it because he's keeping up with me. Daddy didn't like to read. It's not that he couldn't, he just wasn't very good at it, and wasn't something that he enjoyed. So a lot of fathers and sons have this relationship where they talk about baseball or sports or politics, women, liquor, whatever. Me and Daddy never had a relationship like that. Me and Daddy talked about westerns. We talked about John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Hopalong Cassidy, Life LaRue, whoever, whatever. Daddy taught me about heroes, and he taught me
come on, Tim.
He taught me to look past. He taught me to look past myself. Thank you. There's something about finding value in people and in their stories, and when you don't have anything tangible to hold on to, the stories that somebody has told you become worth a fortune. They're priceless to you, and you wouldn't take anything for them. I found out through first-hand experience that these stories, that these experiences that people, they love you enough to tell you about them, these stories help get you through a hard time. God bless you. Me and Harvey used to work together at this place, and I'm not for sure. It's just for the lack of the sulfur smell that convinced me that it wasn't hell. it was a rough place, though, wasn't it? And even in that place, Harvey and I found a way to work together and laugh and smile, and we had fun. And a lot of your lives, you all have the exact same thing in your life that I have. You all have got a whole bunch of stories. And so that's how I wrote the book, and that's how I write the book. I can't call them anything other than the book. It doesn't matter which book I'm working on, it's just the book at the time. There's a lot of books coming after this one, but this one I always hold a special place in my heart. Now, whenever this book got finished, the printer sends you a proof copy so that you can, and it looks just like this, and you get to open it up and you get to look through it, and I let Daddy open it. And again, you know, Daddy didn't know that I was doing all this, and so the book came, and I took the package to his house, and I said, "Here you go, you need to open this." And he looked at me, and he looked at this like I was crazy, and then he opened it up, and there's this book, and it's got, oh look, it's got horses, and he didn't pay any attention to this picture of me on the back, and then he looked, and this is Daddy's grandfather on the cover, and his great uncle. He looked, and he's like, "A book. You got me a book." And then he saw my name on it, and then he started reading it, and then together we went through that proof copy and found lots of mistakes, and so that's how this book came to be. And I want to read you two pieces of this book. Delmer Green, me and Delmer Green, Saddle Tramps, chapter 2, and then I'm going to read you just a little bit of chapter 4. Clara had sat down and she said, I'm picking you out some things to read that maybe you'd like, and again, I don't know how to do this, you know, because I've never done it before. And so I figured, well, since I didn't know how to write a book when I started this one, and I don't know how to do a book reading, I'll just go to it and we'll just read some of the book and we'll see how it works out. So if we ever get to do this again, I'll know what not to do next time. Or if it works out pretty good, we'll do that again next time. Chapter 2. The characters in this story, before we get started, I'll introduce you to the characters. As you read the book, this man, and it always helped me to have a picture, this man is Delmer Green, This man is Duval Robertson in the story. This guy is the guy doing all the talking. This guy is the guy doing most of the adventures or getting into trouble. So you're seeing everything from under his hat, basically. I saw this picture in my mama's living room the whole time I was growing up. This is my great-grandfather. This is my great-uncle, his brother-in-law. And I heard a lot of stories sitting on porches. You know, it's that the Appalachian cable TV. We didn't have cable, so you sit and listen to somebody tell stories. And I'd sit on Mama's front porch, and I'll show you this. You can see it a little closer. This is Mama, and I'll tell you all about her just in a few minutes. But we would sit on her front porch, and she's, if you can't see it, but she's holding a little bowl of beans to be broke, and probably me and her just got through picking these beans. And Pam contributed by getting her camera out and taking a picture, which to me and to you, if you're logical, that just ain't a fair contribution, because Pam didn't bend over and sweat and get the bean bugs on her and all that. But I would sit on Mama's porch, and they would tell me these great stories, wonderful things. Some of them were hard luck stories, you know, hard times about how bad things were, or how Uncle Jim got the tip of his finger cut off, or how somebody got snake bit, or whatever. And a lot of those made it to the book. The story, there's a water boy in here that got snake bit. That's a true story. That really happened while they were building the dam. The story of the buzzard. Randy hates it, but that story really happened. And that was Randy that saw the buzzard and thought it was a turkey. And even now, but it's been almost 15 years, probably people still laughing about that one. And the reaction that Randy and I had in person was the same reaction they had in the book. So I can't take credit for being creative. I can only take credit for writing down things that really happened and other people told me.